Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with our girl Shorty and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Shorty's version of all of her formal obedience commands. And the first thing that we want to take a moment to introduce is the training equipment that we're using. We're using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and Rich keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any corrections, and the only correction that we give is a very gentle tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Shorty is going home with her very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to properly put that on and use it during your follow-up training session. Now she is standing very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And because we've had the conversation about Shorty's disability, we are not forcing sits. So the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is proper heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. And then when Rich stops his feet, Shorty should also stop and wait. So they're going to demonstrate that for us now. The command is Shorty heel, and she is to stay even with Rich's left leg when he's walking, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying right next to him. And sometimes when he stops, she'll do her version of a sit, but we've allowed her to get away with just standing and waiting nicely. Now there she sat. We don't enforce it because we don't want to hurt her. And sometimes she sits and sometimes she doesn't. More often than not, she doesn't, and we think it's because it's uncomfortable for her. We always praise her for sitting, or for standing, sitting, waiting for the next command, and not, be sniffing the ground or anything like that. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay.
Stay.
The stay is a hand and a voice command, and it is a one-word command. And even though she's not in a full sit, she is staying. And these exercises are great to practice with her because it gives her a sense of importance and teaches her some self-control and independence. When Rich returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her, and she should remain right there until he gets all the way back to where they started, and then she gets praised for a good job. And off they go, heeling again. Poor little Shorty and her hopping, but she's doing a good job. We've all fallen in love with her. She's adorable and sweet, and she's done great here at school.
Stay.
Now this time, instead of returning all the way back around her, you want to lengthen out the amount of time that she will hold that. Rich is going to call her, and this is the come on command. And she should come right in front and then go back to heel. Very good girl. We've been lenient with her because of the problems that she has with her rear. I don't know that we haven't been too lenient with her because dachshunds, I've owned them, can be very, very stubborn, and Shorty's no exception. But when we know that a dog has a physical disability, we don't want to force certain commands.
Stay.
Rich leaves her in another sit stay. And then he makes her hold that, give her time between commands, and he's going to call her again. And she should come right in front. And then go back to heel. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is her down commands, and she is capable of lying down, so we weren't falling for that one. We brought a blanket out because it's a little chilly out here today, and she has no hair on her belly. So to get a good down command, we wanted to give her a comfortable place to lay down. So you take your left open palm
Down.
straight down toward the ground on the one-word command to down and stay. And you're going to lengthen out those down stays, and you're going to practice them in the house. When Rich returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her, and she should remain lying there until they get right back to where they started at heel position. He's going to heel her out of that, and we're going to show it to you again. She's really done very well here at school. We haven't seen signs of separation anxiety.
Down.
She crates beautifully now.
Stay.
And she's a diva and a princess.
Shorty.
Rich is going to call her out of that command.
Shorty, heel.
Now we have demonstrated for you all of Shorty's formal obedience commands, her healing, her automatic stands, her stand stay, her down stay, and her come. We have lots to go over with you when you come to pick her up on Wednesday, or tomorrow, I'm sorry. She's done a great job, she really has, and she's been a pleasure to take care of. We've enjoyed having her, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.